Good morning, you guys. Merry Christmas. Now, a few people were asking me for a quick video to go through some exercises, particularly for lower backs that tend to get stiff because we're doing a lot of sitting around, maybe a lot of walking, all those kind of things. So I'm just going to do a quick video today that's going to take you through some of the things that I like for a tight lower back. Backs in general, but lower backs in particular. All right, so as usual, we'll start with a little warm up here, guys. Make sure you've got enough space. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale to sit it back. Just getting those bodies moving. Inhale tall. Exhale, sitting it back, just like you're sitting on a chair. Beautiful. Inhale nice and tall. Exhale, taking those hands wide and down and roll those shoulders backwards and forwards. All right, then we're going to stand nice and tall. Think about those shoulders coming really wide, belly buttons in, palms facing you. And then we're just going to inhale to turn the thumbs out, rotate away, open the chest. Exhale, belly buttons in, thumbs come back towards you. Inhale, open the thumbs and the palms forward and then out. Open the chest, beautiful. Exhale, releasing back to your neutral. One more like that. Inhale, lovely and wide, open that chest. And then exhale, releasing forward, shake it out, roll out. Then we're going to curl forward, so inhale nice and tall. Exhale, lengthen through the back of the neck and slowly curl forward, just halfway down, just to here. Inhale to hold this spot here. Exhale, scoop your belly button to your spine and restack, growing taller each time you restack. Inhale, exhale, lengthen and curl. Inhale here. And then exhale, scoop through and restack. Beautiful, one more of those. Lengthen and curl. Obviously we're working through the upper back here, but keeping the upper back nice and supple helps take some of that pressure off the lower backs. Coming up lovely and tall. Go shake it out again. Then I'm going to bring those hands in front. Now you can do this one sitting on a chair if you've got one nearby. It actually helps to keep those hips fixed. I want to try to keep the hips nice and still. We're going to inhale. Exhale, pull your abs in, rotate. Inhale back through center. And then the other way, abs in, rotate. Beautiful. Inhale back through center. Other way, scoop the abs in and rotate. Inhale through center. And the other way again. And back through center and relax it down, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Cool. Okay, now we're going to move straight on to our floor work. So we're going to come down low, find your neutral. So all the good ones for lower backs tend to be those ones we do in our foundation series, right at the beginning of our class normally. So we're going to find that dish between your lower back and the floor. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly button in and imprint. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale to imprint. So you've got that tucking under of the tail, lengthening out through that lower back. This is where that lovely decompression happening. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to imprint. Very good. Now let's turn this into our pelvic curls. So inhale in neutral. Exhale to imprint and roll up one vertebrae at a time. This will be a bit stiff. Inhale at the top. Exhale to tuck that tail under and roll it down. So do feel free to pause this here and just keep going with these for a bit longer if you're feeling really tight through the lower back. This is a nice one. I like to come up on the toes for a little bit more space. Inhale, lower back to those heels. Exhale, imprint and curling up. Inhale to float. Exhale to roll down. And then don't forget you can put arms into this as well for a little bit extra. Imprint and curl. Inhale, float to the heels and float the hands up, reaching away as you roll down. Oh, that feels good. Let's do that one again. Imprint and curl. Inhale to float. Exhale to tuck and roll back down. Very nice. Bring those knees in. Give it a little bit of a hug and a rock from side to side here. Awesome. Now the next thing for lower backs that is really good is that rotation. So I'm going to start with the feet on the floor, feet and knees together. Hands come out nice and wide so you can press on those hands. And as an inhale to tilt the knees just halfway over. And then exhale to bring them back in. Other way. Inhale to tilt them over. Exhale, squeeze together, pull your belly button in, back into the middle. That's the one. Inhale to tilt. Exhale, squeeze and return. So you don't want these ones to go too far. We're trying to loosen up those lumbar vertebrae. If you go too far, this is going to start lifting your rib cage, which is actually making your lumbar do less. So I'm going to keep that rib cage fixed where it is and back through center. Now, once that's feeling good, if you'd like to make it harder, you're going to bring those legs to tabletop, but you don't have to. You can leave your feet on the floor. Yep, beautiful. Inhale to tilt and exhale to return. So those knees to be above your hips. If your lower back is feeling sore, you can bring those knees a little bit closer if you need to. Or leave your feet on the floor. Always a good option. Inhale to tilt. Exhale back. Nice. Last one here, tilt. And back through center. Then we're going to lower those feet down. And because it wouldn't be a Pilates class without it, we're going to do some chest lift here. I'm going to take the hands behind the head. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen through the back of the neck. Curling up. Inhale to hold. Exhale, lengthen and lower back down. So again, we've switched back to upper backs here. But again, keeping those guys moving keeps the pressure off your lower back. So it's a really nice one to do a few more of. Inhale, nice and slow. Lengthen and curl. That's it. Exhale to lower. Last one here, I'm going to curl up. And then you can either leave your hands behind the head or float them forward. I'm going to inhale to hold. Exhale to rotate into our hula. Inhale through center. Exhale to rotate the other way. Good. Try and keep that belly button pulling down. There's too much Christmas dinner in there at the moment, so mine's pointing up. It'll be better by the time we finish holidays, don't worry. Exhale to rotate. Inhale back through center. That's the way. Perfect. Rotate. And center. One more here. Rotate. And center. And lowering all the way back down. Now the other thing that's going to affect your lower back is your hips. So let's just get these hips a little bit open here. If you've got a TheraBand or a towel and you'd like to do leg circle, you know the one where we send it long and circle around, you can do that one. If you don't have anything, you're better off leaving your feet on the floor and doing our little knee circle. You know the one where we inhale to open the knee to the side, exhale, straighten and bring it back in. Yeah. Still gets you that nice circle at the hip, but without putting too much weight, too much strain through the muscles. Legs are quite long and heavy, so without the band, it can pull your pelvis off center. So in this one, we're going to focus on keeping the pelvis nice and still. No rotation from side to side. Ooh, that wind is picking up, isn't it? And back. And rotate and back. Good. And let's try a few more in the opposite direction, just for good luck. So I'm going to send the leg long first instead, and then rotate it up the side and back through center. Other side, send it long. Rotate out and back. Nice. 3. Out and back. 2. Lovely. One more here. Send it long. Rotate it out and back. Very nice. Hugging those knees in. Now if you're on a nice squishy surface here, feel free to rock. If you're on a hard surface, don't rock. It won't feel good. Good. And I'm going to come and sit nice and tall. And we're just going to roll straight over into hands and knees here. So focusing on spines. So I'm going to start with that nice long flat back. And we're going to do those mobilizations again in this position. So similar to what we did at the start, we've got flexion and extension, lateral flexion, and rotation. So just going to start with angry cat. So scooping that belly button in, rounding up. Let your head point down at the floor in between your hands. Inhale. Exhale, starting with the tail. Think about the tail poking out. And then let your spine straighten all the way through until the head's coming forward. Sternum is going to reach forward, but I'm keeping my belly button in, not that you can see with this t-shirt. I'm not coming down into my drop. I'm keeping my pelvis still and in neutral, but extending through that upper back. Beautiful. Exhale, abs in and roll. Inhale at the top. Exhale, starting from the tail and opening out. So I've got my ankles flat here, but it doesn't matter what you do with your feet. It's not important. Scoop and roll. Inhale, tall. Exhale, unwind and coming back through center. Very nice. Nice flat back here. This time I'm going to inhale, tall. Exhale, shoulders down. Looking over your shoulders. See if you can see your tail. Inhale back through center. Other way. Looking over the shoulder. Something a bit of a side to side happening here. Over the shoulder. And back. And over the shoulder. And back. Very nice. Now I'm here, I'm going to do my rotations. So I'm going to push my hips back a little bit so that my weight is over my feet. And I can take one hand off. Inhale to open that top hand up for a rotation upwards. And then exhale, thread the needle through. Belly button stay pulled in. Exhale, rotate through. That's the one. Inhale to open. Exhale, rotate through. And then coming back into the middle and switching to the other side here. Inhale to open. Exhale to rotate through. That's it, good. Inhale to open. And rotate through. Good. And rotate. And then coming back open. And back through center. Very nice. Okay, switching over to a seated position here. Now, if you've got a chair handy that you prefer to sit in, if your hips are feeling really tight, do feel free to sit on a chair instead, or sit on a step or something a little bit higher. Otherwise, you can cross the legs or out in front, whatever feels more comfortable. I'm going to start with a little rotation. So I'm just going to come around to one side, sitting up tall, pressing that backhand into the floor. So you're sitting up really tall, and then you can use this other one to pull yourself around. Stretching to one side. And then releasing off. Stretching to the other side. Oh yeah, that feels good. And then back in through center. Now again, take whichever sitting position you like. I'm going to do some side reach. So those feet can be together or they can be crossed, whatever feels good. But I want you to feel like you're sitting tall. If you find your back is round like this, you feel like you're sitting like this, try sitting on a chair instead. So lifting off those hips so we can get nice and tall. You'll get more out of this guy. So if you're in a chair, obviously, you're thinking about your weight staying still. You don't want to fall off your chair, right? Same thing applies on the ground. Imagine you are on a chair, yeah? So you're sitting on the floor. Think about keeping your weight in the center. Inhale up and over, and then exhale back into the middle. So think about up. Inhale, up. And exhale back through center. I always think about inflating one lung more than the other. So I'm inhaling, it's coming up. And one side's growing taller. Like you've got your souffle in the oven, but your oven's got a hot side. So one side's going to rise more than the other. That's it. Ooh, souffle. That's what I might do this afternoon. I don't think I've ever tried to make one. Certainly not in my new oven. Inhale to tilt. And exhale back through center. Good. Rolling it out. Then I'm going to take those hands wide. Inhale, exhale, and rotate. Inhale through center. Exhale, rotate the other way. That's the way, perfect. Rotate. And back. And rotate. And back, relax it down, roll it out. Now, if you are on that chair that we talked about, you're going to put one hand on, this hand is going to come on the chair. If you're on the floor, the hand's going on the floor. It can come further away, but if you're on the chair, it's staying here. So I'm going to inhale up, and then exhale, coming down across that knee. And that's it. If you're on the floor, you can go a little further away and rotate. That's it. And open, and up tall, and tilt, and rotate. And open. That's the way, perfect. One more on each side. Or of course you can keep going. And open and tilt. Abs in, rotate around. And open and coming back up tall, relax it down and roll it out. Very nice. Oh, while we're here, let's just stretch the hips. So if you're not already in cross legs, I'm going to try and sit cross-legged. So I'm going to cross the knees, take those open. And then don't forget you can start with those hands behind, or if you're more flexible, up tall. More flexible again, bring them in front, you can walk them forward. So up to you, just looking for that stretch through the back of the hip. It's going to help release off those lower backs as well. Oh yeah, that's good. Releasing off out of that one switch. We always have to do the other leg as well. It's funny how much of a difference it makes, doesn't it? Coming down to that cross-legged. Now you don't have to sit cross-legged. Remember, you can come to a butterfly instead if you've got issues with those ankles, or keep those hands behind and just sitting up tall as you can. That's it. And stretching out. Nice. You can also do this guy from here. You know how you cross one leg over? You can do that stretch instead if you prefer. Alright, then I'm going to come back down to the floor. I'm going to start with my feet nice and wide. So they're as wide as my mat, or shoulder width, slightly wider. Take the hands out. So make your spine nice and tall, so come to a neutral pelvis, slight ditch. And then I'm going to gently lower those knees to one side. That's going to get a rotation through the lower back and a bit of a stretch through the outside of that hip. Very nice. Scoop those abs in, bringing it back in through center. And then the other way. Tilt the knees to one side, letting it stretch through. Now, if I've got my knees going to the left, you can also add in a stretch of the arm coming up overhead. My right hand. That's it, back through center. And when I go the other way, when my knees go to the right, then it's my left hand that reaches up and over. Good. Couple of those on each side. We'll come back through center and finish off with one more the other way. I think that's even on both sides. I wasn't really paying attention. Nice. And then coming back in through center. Bring the knees together, rolling onto your side, and we'll do everybody's favorite, that book opening stretch. So you can start with that underneath hand behind your head. I find is more comfortable. If you prefer both hands out, you can totally go there, but I like this guy. And I'm just going to open out. So I'm going to be gentle to start with. I'm just going to slide that hand in and across my chest. Let that chest open to the sky. And then open that hand back up and over. If you want a heavier stretch, that hand can reach forward and up. And open. Inhale. Same thing on the way back. If it feels too heavy, just keep that hand sliding across. If you'd like to add a bit of a shoulder stretch to it, you can take that guided chalk circle so it can reach up and around over your head, opening out behind, stretch through the front of the chest as well as the shoulder, and then back across the hip. Beautiful. Last one here, opening out and around and back over the hip. Very nice. We're going to do the other side, so just roll over. We'll switch sides, whichever one works for you. And we'll set up in the exact same position on this side. So make sure your knees are up in front. Start with the underneath hand under your head, unless you're comfortable with that arm out. And we're going to start with the gentle one where it just slides in, slide across the chest, opening that chest to the sky. Inhale to hold, and then exhale back up and over. Awesome. Don't forget you can add on those extensions, or you can open that arm long if you prefer. Make sure you're moving really slowly, taking some nice deep breaths here. Inhale to start the process. Exhale as you open out. Inhale to hold. And then exhale as you rotate back up and over. Fantastic. Just coming over onto your hands and knees here. Good. Tucking those toes under and lifting up. Walking back in. And then we're just going to gently pull the belly button in, tucking and rolling all the way back up. Nice. Inhale, tilt. And then just finishing with some roll downs here. So we lengthen and curl forward. Keep those knees a little bit bent just to protect your back. It should be warm by now, but just in case it's a little bit tight still. Inhale. Exhale, scoop through and restack. Perfect. And last one here. Lengthen and curl. Inhale. And then exhale, restack. Beautiful. And up tall. Shake it all out, shake it all out, shake it all out. And there you have it. So that's my little spinal mobility session for you guys. Obviously I've left out all the strength work, the abs and the glutes and all that fun stuff that I like to put in usually. It's just the basic core rotations, flexions, side flexions. But hopefully that will keep your backs feeling nice and supple for you. Enjoy the rest of your holidays, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, soon. See you guys. Oh, and thank you so much again for all those Christmas messages and their presents and things. I was so touched, and it was so lovely to be able to show you guys through my house. My family's never going to come and see it, so it was nice to share it with my Pilates family. It was really special. Thank you so much. Bye.